Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from, and you can support the channel by clicking thanks or joining. Christmas Eve had always been sacred in the Walker household, not in a loud or flashy way, but in the quiet rituals that never changed. The smell of pine from the tree filled the living room, mingling with the faint sweetness of cinnamon candles that Emily Walker lit every year without fail. Snow pressed softly against the windows of their suburban home in Vermont, turning the outside world into something distant and unreal, as if the house itself existed in a pocket carved out of winter. Emily believed traditions kept families safe. That was what her mother used to say before she died. Traditions anchor you. They remind the world who you are. So every Christmas Eve, Emily followed the same routine she had since childhood. She set out the old porcelain nativity figures. She straightened the crooked star at the top of the tree, and at precisely 9:30, she gathered her family for the annual photo. There were dozens of those photographs stored in albums upstairs, year after year. The same couch, the same fireplace behind them, the same red plaid blanket draped over the armrest. Faces aged, hairstyles changed, but everything else stayed exactly the same. This year was no different, or at least that was what Emily thought. Her husband, Mark, adjusted the tripod in front of the fireplace, squinting at the camera screen with mild frustration. He had always taken the photos, ever since Emily refused after one disastrous year where she accidentally cut off everyone's heads. Their daughter, Lily, sat on the couch hugging a stuffed reindeer, her feet swinging back and forth. At 10 years old, she was at that fragile age where Christmas still felt magical, but questions were beginning to form behind her eyes. "Dad, hurry," Lily said. "I don't want to miss the carolers. They'll still be singing," Mark replied, kneeling to straighten the tripod. "Hold still." Emily stood behind the couch, hands resting lightly on her husband's shoulders. She glanced toward the hallway that led deeper into the house, feeling a sudden, unexplainable chill. The lights flickered once, just enough for her to notice. "Did you see that?" she asked. Mark shook his head. "Probably the wind." Emily forced a smile and leaned closer. The camera beeped softly as the timer began its countdown. 10 seconds. The familiar ticking filled the room, blending with the hum of the heater and the muffled sound of snow hitting the windows. 7 seconds. 6. Emily's eyes drifted again toward the hallway. For a split second, she thought she saw movement, a small shadow near the corner. She blinked, and it was gone. "Smile," Mark said. The camera shutter clicked. Flash! For a heartbeat, the room went completely white. When Emily opened her eyes, everything looked the same. The couch, the tree, the soft glow of Christmas lights reflecting in the window. Mark laughed and walked over to the camera, checking the screen. "Got it," he said. "Looks good." Emily exhaled slowly, her tension fading. She told herself she was imagining things. The holidays always did that to her, brought back memories, stirred emotions better left undisturbed. They spent the rest of the evening like any other Christmas Eve. Lily left cookies by the fireplace. Mark poured 2 glasses of wine. Emily wrapped the last of the presents and placed them carefully beneath the tree. Outside, The wind howled louder as night settled in. It was almost midnight when Emily finally climbed the stairs to the bedroom. Mark was already asleep, his breathing slow and even. The house creaked softly around her, settling into the cold. She should have gone straight to bed. Instead, she stopped at the hallway closet. The photo album was there, the old one with the cracked leather cover and yellowed pages. Emily had not looked at it in years. She was not sure why she reached for it now. Maybe it was the way the hallway light flickered again. Maybe it was the memory of that shadow she thought she had seen. She carried the album into the bedroom and sat on the edge of the bed, careful not to wake Mark. The first few pages were exactly as she remembered. Christmas after Christmas, Mark younger, Lily smaller, Emily herself smiling with a softness she barely recognized anymore. She turned another page, her breath caught. There was a child standing beside them in the photograph. At first, Emily thought it was a trick of the light. The child was small, no older than 7 or 8, pale, dressed in a simple gray sweater that looked out of place among their festive reds and greens. His hands were folded neatly in front of him. His eyes were dark and fixed directly on the camera. Emily's heart pounded. She flipped back to the previous page. No child. She turned forward again. The child was still there. "Mark," she whispered, shaking her husband's shoulder. "Mark, wake up." He groaned and opened one eye. "What's wrong?" "Look at this," she said, shoving the album toward him. Mark squinted at the photograph, his brow furrowed. "That's weird," he said. "Did Lily have a friend over that year?" "No," Emily replied. Her voice trembled despite her effort to keep it steady. "I don't recognize him." Mark flipped the page. The next photograph showed the same scene, same couch, same fireplace, and the same child. This time, he was standing closer to Lily. Emily felt a cold pressure spread through her chest. "Mark," she said. "Go back." Mark flipped backward through the album. The child appeared again and again, not in every photo, just on Christmas Eve, always standing somewhere near them, always looking at the camera. He wasn't there. Emily whispered, "I would remember." Mark tried to laugh, but the sound came out wrong. "Maybe it's some kind of printing error." Emily shook her head. For 10 years, they reached the most recent photograph, the one taken earlier that night. Emily's hands began to shake. The child was sitting on the couch between Mark and Lily. His arm rested lightly around Lily's shoulders, his pale fingers just barely touching her red sweater. His face was closer to the camera now, his expression calm, familiar, too familiar. "Mom," Lily's sleepy voice came from the doorway. Emily spun around. Lily stood there in her pajamas, rubbing her eyes. "Who are you talking to?" Lily asked. Emily looked back at the photograph. The child was gone. Her blood turned to ice. Emily did not sleep that night. She lay on her back, staring at the ceiling, while the house breathed around her. Every creak of wood sounded deliberate. Every gust of wind against the windows felt like a warning. Beside her, Mark slept restlessly, turning over again and again, as if some part of his mind was also refusing to let go of what they had seen. The image of the photograph replayed in Emily's thoughts without mercy. The pale child sitting between her husband and her daughter. The way his arm rested around Lily's shoulders, as if it belonged there, as if it had always been there. By morning, she had convinced herself there had to be a rational explanation. Old albums could be altered, memories could blur, fear could manufacture details that were never real. That was what she told herself as she stood in the kitchen watching snow fall in thick, silent sheets outside the window. Lily ate her breakfast at the table, humming softly, swinging her legs beneath the chair. She looked normal, safe, unchanged. Emily watched her more closely than she ever had before. "Did you sleep well, sweetheart?" Emily asked. Lily nodded. "I dreamed about Christmas again." Emily froze. "About Santa?" "No," Lily said after a pause. "About the boy." Emily felt the blood drain from her face. "What boy?" "The one who stands next to us in the pictures." Lily replied casually. He was smiling this time. Mark dropped his coffee mug. It shattered against the tile floor, but none of them moved to clean it up. "What pictures?" Mark asked slowly. Lily frowned. "The Christmas ones. He is always there." Emily knelt in front of her daughter, gripping her small hands. "Lily, when did you first see him?" Lily thought for a moment. "I do not know. He has always been there. He stands very still, like he is waiting for what Emily asked." Lily shrugged. "For us to notice him." The rest of the day passed in a haze. Emily kept Lily close, never letting her out of sight. Mark stayed unusually quiet, his earlier skepticism replaced by something darker and harder to name. Every few hours, Emily found herself checking mirrors, doorways, corners of rooms, expecting to see a small, pale figure standing just beyond her vision. That afternoon, Emily returned to the photo album. She studied every Christmas Eve photograph in detail. The child appeared only on that night. Not birthdays, not holidays, only Christmas Eve, always closer each year. In the earliest image, he stood near the edge of the frame, almost hidden. In later years, he moved closer, nearer to Lily, nearer to Emily. In the most recent photograph, he was touching her child. Emily closed the album, her hands trembling. She needed answers. The internet provided little comfort. Emily spent hours searching phrases like "child appears in photos" and "ghost in family pictures." Most results were hoaxes or optical illusions. But buried deep in an obscure forum, she found a thread that made her heart race. The title read, "Christmas Eve Child Phenomenon." The post was written by a woman named Rebecca Collins. "Every year on Christmas Eve, a child appears in our family photo. We never noticed until last year. My son says the boy talks to him at night. Last night, my son disappeared." Emily felt nauseous. The post ended there. No updates, no replies from Rebecca. Emily searched for the name, obituaries, police reports, missing persons. Nothing. That evening, as darkness fell, Emily heard Lily talking in her room. She stood outside the door, listening. "Are you cold?" Lily whispered. A pause. "I can give you my blanket." Emily pushed the door open. Lily sat alone on her bed, clutching her stuffed reindeer. "Who were you talking to?" Emily asked, forcing calm into her voice. Lily looked confused. "No one." Emily scanned the room. Closet door closed. Window locked. Nothing out of place. "Come sleep with us tonight," Emily said. Lily smiled. "He said you would say that." Emily felt a sharp pain in her chest. "Who said that, Lily?" "The boy," Lily replied softly. "He said soon we would all be together in the picture forever." That night, Emily moved the photo album into the locked trunk in the basement. She unplugged the camera and hid it in the garage. She told herself if she removed the objects, the tradition would break. Christmas Eve was only one night a year. They could survive that. At exactly 11:45, the lights went out. The house fell into complete darkness. From somewhere in the hallway, a small voice whispered, "Emily." She did not answer. The whisper came again, closer this time. "It is almost time." Emily lost track of how long she stood frozen in the dark. The whisper echoed in her mind long after the house fell silent again. "It is almost time." Those words pressed against her thoughts like a weight she could not push away. When the lights finally flickered back on minutes later, the house looked unchanged. But Emily knew something had shifted. Mark searched every room with a flashlight, even though the power had returned. Closets were empty, windows locked, doors secured. There was no sign of anyone else inside the house. Still, Emily could not shake the feeling that they were no longer alone. Lily sat on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, staring at the Christmas tree. She did not seem frightened. That frightened Emily more than anything else. "Who was talking to you earlier?" Mark asked gently. Lily tilted her head. "He said you would not like him very much." Emily clenched her jaw. "What else did he say?" "That he has been waiting a long time," Lily replied. "That Christmas Eve is the only night he can step closer." "Closer to what?" Emily asked. "Closer to us." Emily felt the room spin. She sent Lily to bed and did not leave her side until she finally fell asleep. When Emily closed the bedroom door, she noticed something on the wall across the hall. A photograph. It was one of the old Christmas Eve pictures, framed, hanging crookedly as if it had just been placed there. Emily knew for certain it had never been on that wall before. She lifted it down slowly. The child stood in the photo, smiling wider than Emily remembered. His eyes seemed darker, deeper, almost alive. Behind her, the floor creaked. Emily turned. The hallway was empty. She returned the photograph to the album and locked it back inside the trunk. Then she sat at the kitchen table until morning, her hands wrapped tightly around a mug she never drank from. At dawn, she called the local historical society. The woman on the phone hesitated when Emily described the child. "You are not the first to ask about him," the woman said quietly. Emily's heart raced. "What do you mean?" "There are records going back nearly a century," the woman replied. "Families who reported a child appearing in their Christmas photographs. Always the same description. Always around Christmas Eve." "What happened to them?" Emily asked. The line was silent for a moment. "Most of those families no longer live in their homes," the woman said. "Some moved away suddenly. Others, what Emily pressed. Others lost someone." Emily hung up shaking. She spent the afternoon digging through town archives online, old newspapers, grainy scanned photographs. She found one from 1938. A family stood in front of a fireplace, eerily similar to her own. The same arrangement, the same couch, and standing beside them, the same pale child. The caption read, "Collins Family Christmas Eve." Emily blood ran cold. Rebecca Collins, the forum post, the missing child. That evening, Mark insisted they leave the house. "We will go to my sister place," he said, "just for a few days." Emily agreed instantly. She packed hurriedly, barely thinking. Lily watched them with quiet curiosity. As they reached the front door, Lily stopped. "He says he cannot come with us," she said. Emily froze. "Who, Lily?" "The boy." "What do you mean he cannot come?" Emily asked. Lily shrugged. "He says the house remembers him." Mark grabbed Lily's coat. "That is enough," he said sharply. As they stepped outside, the air felt heavier, colder than it should have. Emily turned back toward the house. For a brief moment, she saw a small figure standing in the upstairs window, watching them. They drove through the night. Snow blurred the road ahead. Lily fell asleep in the back seat, clutching her reindeer. Halfway to Mark's sister house, Emily's phone vibrated. A message notification. No signal bars were on her screen. The message contained a single image, their Christmas Eve photograph. Taken that night, Emily stared at the screen, her breath caught in her throat. The child stood alone in the photo, in front of their house, waiting. Emily barely noticed when the car finally stopped. Snow had thickened into a white wall that swallowed the road and muted the world beyond the windshield. Mark parked in front of his sister house just after dawn. The place looked ordinary, warm lights glowing behind curtains, smoke curling from the chimney. It should have felt safe. It did not. Lily woke as Mark carried her inside. She clung to him silently, her eyes scanning every corner of the unfamiliar living room. Emily followed, gripping her phone like a lifeline. Mark's sister Anna greeted them with concern, but no questions. She took one look at Emily's face and knew something was wrong. "You can stay as long as you need," Anna said. Emily nodded, unable to find her voice. For the first few hours, nothing happened. Lily drank hot chocolate and sat near the fireplace. Mark spoke quietly with Anna in the kitchen. Emily sat on the couch, replaying the image on her phone again and again. The child standing alone in front of their house, waiting. By midday, Emily noticed Lily staring at the wall above the mantel. "What are you looking at?" Emily asked. Lily frowned. "He is not here." Emily felt a strange mix of relief and fear. "Not here how?" "He says this house does not know him," Lily replied. Emily swallowed hard. "That means he cannot follow us here." Lily shook her head. "He says he does not need to." That night, Emily dreamed of photographs, endless rows of frames lining dark hallways. Each one showed the same scene, the same house, the same child. In every image, he stood a little closer to the camera. She woke gasping. Mark sat up beside her. "Lily is gone." Emily's heart stopped. They found Lily standing in the guest room, staring at the blank wall. "What are you doing?" Mark asked, trying to stay calm. Lily turned slowly. "He showed me where he came from." Emily knelt in front of her again, her hands shaking. "What did he show you?" Lily pointed to the wall. "The pictures live inside the house. He was forgotten, but the house remembered." Emily felt a cold understanding begin to form. The next morning, Emily drove back to their home alone. Mark begged her not to go, but she knew this was something she had to face herself. The house greeted her with silence. Inside, nothing appeared disturbed. The trunk in the basement was still locked, the camera still hidden in the garage. Emily carried the photo album upstairs and laid it on the floor of the living room. She flipped to the earliest photograph. The child was barely visible in the background. She continued turning pages. Each year, he moved closer. Each year, the house grew more detailed around him. In the final image, he stood alone. Emily realized then the photographs were not memories. They were invitations. The house had been offering space, making room. Emily heard a soft sound behind her. A footstep. She did not turn. "I see you now," Emily whispered. The room grew colder. "You always do." Eventually, the voice replied. Emily closed her eyes. "What do you want?" "To be remembered," the child said. "To belong." Emily understood the truth with painful clarity. The boy had never been alive. He was the echo of a child who was never meant to exist. A space created by grief, longing, and tradition. The house had kept him alive, and now he wanted more. Emily opened her eyes. "I will remember you," she said. The cold lifted slightly. "But I will not give you my daughter." Silence. Then the house groaned. The lights flickered. Emily felt a presence withdraw slowly, reluctantly. When she returned to Anna House, Lily slept peacefully. That night, Emily deleted every Christmas Eve photograph, but she knew the house would not forget so easily. Emily believed the worst had passed. That belief lasted exactly 6 days. Life at Anna House settled into an uneasy routine. Snowstorms rolled through and receded. The radio played cheerful holiday music that felt cruel in its brightness. Lily returned to school. Mark tried to act normal. Emily smiled when spoken to and nodded at the right moments. But inside she remained alert, listening for sounds that did not belong. On the 7th morning, Lily refused to get dressed. "He is back," she said quietly. Emily felt the room tilt. "Where?" "At school," Lily replied. "He does not need the house anymore." Emily drove Lily herself that day, watching the rear-view mirror the entire time. The school parking lot was crowded, parents rushing children inside against the cold. Everything looked ordinary, too ordinary. That night, Lily drawings began to change. She had always loved drawing snowmen, trees, and reindeer. Now every page showed the same thing: a house, a fireplace, and a small figure standing just outside the frame. Emily asked her gently about the drawings. "He says the pictures are opening," Lily explained. "He says once someone sees him clearly, he does not need to hide." Emily contacted a therapist recommended by Anna. The woman listened carefully, nodding with professional concern. Childhood stress hallucinations, trauma responses. Emily wanted to believe her. That evening, Emily noticed something new. Their reflection in the hallway mirror looked wrong. Mark's face was slightly blurred. Lily's reflection seemed delayed just a fraction of a second, and behind them in the glass stood the faint outline of a child. Emily turned around. Nothing. The mirror returned to normal. That night, Emily dreamed again. She stood inside her house, but the walls were covered with photographs. Not just Christmas Eve, but every moment of her life. In each image, the child was present, growing clearer, stronger. She woke screaming. Mark held her, whispering that it was over, but Emily knew better. On December 23rd, Emily found a package on the porch. No return address. Inside was a single photograph, a new one. Their family stood inside Anna's living room, Lily between them, and the child beside her, smiling. taken from inside the house. Emily's hands shook uncontrollably. That night, Lily disappeared again. This time, she was not in the guest room. Emily and Mark searched the house, calling her name until their voices broke. They found her standing in front of the hallway mirror. The glass shimmered faintly. "He says this is the last step," Lily whispered. Mark pulled her back hard. The mirror cracked. A cold wind rushed through the house, extinguishing every light. In the darkness, Emily heard the child scream, not in anger, in fear. When the lights returned, Lily collapsed into Emily's arms, sobbing. The mirror lay shattered on the floor. No reflection stared back. They left the next morning, moved states, changed names, destroyed every photograph they owned. Years passed. Lily grew older. Christmas came and went. On her 18th birthday, Lily gave Emily a small wrapped gift. Inside was a photograph. Emily's heart stopped. It was blank. Lily smiled softly. "He cannot find us anymore," she said. But sometimes Emily still feels watched, especially on Christmas Eve. For a long time, Emily allowed herself to believe they had escaped. Distance helped. Time helped more. New names, new routines, new walls that had never known Christmas Eve rituals. The past softened into something manageable, like a scar that no longer ached unless touched. Lily grew into her teenage years quietly. She avoided cameras without ever explaining why. When friends took selfies, she stepped aside or turned her face away. Emily never pushed. Some instincts did not need words. They moved again when Lily was 15. A smaller town, fewer neighbors, less history. Emily chose the house carefully. No fireplace, no wide living room walls, no sense of memory embedded in the structure. For 3 years, nothing happened. Then one December afternoon, Emily received a call from Lily's school. "Your daughter has been upset all day," the counselor said. "She keeps insisting someone is watching her in class." Emily left work immediately. She found Lily sitting alone in the counselor's office, her hands clenched together. "He is not using pictures anymore," Lily said, before Emily could speak. Emily's heart sank. "What do you mean?" "He says people carry images in their minds," Lily replied. "He says that is enough now." That night, Emily noticed subtle changes. Television screens flickered when Lily entered the room. Reflections in dark windows lagged behind reality by half a second. Emily caught glimpses of a shape that vanished the moment she focused on it. On December 20th, Lily woke screaming. "He can see through other people. Eyes now," she cried. "Anyone who looks at me for too long gives him space." Emily realized with horror that the rules had changed. The boy no longer needed photographs. He needed attention. Emily returned to research with desperate focus. She scoured folklore psychology case studies. Patterns emerged. The entity attached itself to ritual repetition. It fed on being noticed, but grew stronger when denied direct acknowledgement. Forgotten children, imaginary friends, unmarked graves. Emily found one phrase repeated across obscure texts: "The remembered guest." On December 23rd, Lily refused to leave her room. "He is close," she whispered. "He says Christmas Eve is the doorway, but he can touch the edges now." That evening, Emily heard a knock at the front door. When she opened it, a neighbor stood there smiling politely. "I think someone left this on your porch," the woman said. She handed Emily a phone. Emily recognized it instantly. It was Lily's phone. The screen lit up. A photo was open. A classroom. Students frozen mid-motion. And in the reflection of the whiteboard, a pale child stood smiling. The neighbor blinked, confused. "Is everything all right?" Emily forced a smile and closed the door. Inside, Lily was crying. He showed himself to her. Lily said. She saw him. Now he can stay longer. Emily understood then the true danger. The more people noticed him, even indirectly, the more real he became. That night, Emily made a decision. She sat with Lily and spoke calmly. "We will not look for him," she said. "We will not name him. We will not react." Lily nodded, trembling. On Christmas Eve, they turned off every screen. No phones, no mirrors, no lights. They sat together in darkness, listening to the house broom. At midnight, a presence filled the room. A child voice spoke softly. "You are forgetting me again." Emily did not respond. The voice grew strained, desperate. "I am almost here." Still, Emily stayed silent. The presence wavered, then faded. When morning came, Lily slept peacefully, but Emily knew the cost. The boy was learning, and next year he would try a new way. Emily learned to live with rules, not the kind written down or spoken aloud, but the kind that existed in the spaces between moments. Do not stare too long. Do not linger on reflections. Do not invite attention. These rules governed their lives now, and for nearly a year they seemed to work. Then the town began to change. It started with small things. A substitute teacher who quit after a single day, claiming a student would not stop watching her. A cashier at the grocery store who froze mid-sentence, staring past Emily's shoulder before bursting into tears. None of it made the news. None of it seemed connected. Emily saw the pattern anyway. Lily felt it first. "People see him near me," she said one evening. Not always clearly, sometimes just as a feeling, like someone standing too close. Emily tightened her grip on the steering wheel. "Does he speak to them?" Lily shook her head. "He does not need to anymore." The first disappearance happened 3 days before Christmas. A boy from Lily class named Aaron failed to come home from school. His parents searched the woods, the streets, the empty buildings near town. The police called it a runaway case. Lily did not sleep that night. "He followed Aaron home," she whispered. "Aaron looked at him too long." Emily felt sick. The next day, Emily drove past the school and saw the windows covered in paper snowflakes. Children laughed. Ran shouted. Normal life continued around a growing absence. That night, Emily found a drawing taped to their front door. It showed a classroom. Every student was drawn carefully, all except one. In the empty space stood a small figure smiling. Emily tore the paper down and burned it in the sink. By December 24th, the town was restless. People avoided eye contact. Conversations trailed off mid-sentence. An unspoken unease hung in the air. Lily refused to leave the house. "He is closer than ever," she said. "He says many houses remember him now." Emily realized with horror that the house had never been the source. It had been the door. Every place with traditions, rituals repeated year after year created space. Memory made room. Christmas Eve came quietly. No snow fell. The air felt heavy. Emily and Lily sat together in the living room, lights off, curtains drawn. At 11:57, Lily stiffened. "He is here." Emily did not ask how she knew. A sound moved through the house like a breath. Footsteps, slow, careful. Emily closed her eyes. She imagined the boy as nothing. A gap, an absence. The footsteps stopped. A child voice spoke softly. "So many see me now." Emily felt tears slide down her face. "You are not welcome," she said calmly. Silence. Then the voice laughed. The lights flickered on by themselves. In the reflection of the dark television screen, Emily saw them. 3 children standing behind the couch, all pale, all smiling. Emily turned. The room was empty. Lily screamed. The front door slammed open. Cold air rushed in. Outside, neighbors stood frozen in their yards, staring toward the house. Emily understood too late. The boy had learned how to spread through shared fear, through shared sight, through stories. As sirens sounded in the distance, Emily pulled Lily close. This was no longer just their nightmare. It was everyone. The town did not sleep that night. Sirens wailed until dawn, then stopped one by one, as if the sound itself had been swallowed. Police cars lined the streets. Neighbors whispered in small, frightened clusters. No one wanted to say what they had seen, but everyone knew they had seen something. Emily kept Lily inside with the curtains drawn. They watched the world through narrow gaps, afraid that even looking too long would invite attention. By morning, 3 more children were missing. The official explanation came quickly. Coordinated prank, mass hysteria, runaways influenced by online rumors. Emily recognized the lie for what it was. Adults needed reasons that did not look back at them. Lily sat at the kitchen table, tracing circles on the wood. "He is learning faster now," she said. "Every person who talks about him gives him shape." Emily realized the terrible irony. Silence protected them, but silence also allowed him to move unseen. That afternoon, Emily drove to the library. The building was nearly empty. Christmas Eve hours had shortened the day. Emily searched through local history archives, town journals, church records. She found references everywhere once she knew what to look for. A missing choir boy in 1954, a vanished child during a Christmas pageant in 1971. Each incident followed the same pattern. Sightings, rumors, silence, forgetting. Emily understood then that the town itself was complicit. It had survived by forgetting. At sunset, Lily suddenly stiffened. "He is angry," she whispered. "He says forgetting hurts." The power went out across the entire block. From the darkness outside came screams. Emily grabbed Lily and ran to the basement. They sat on the cold floor, holding each other as footsteps pounded overhead. Not human footsteps. Too many, too light. Children laughing softly. The sound faded toward midnight. When the lights returned, the town was changed. Doors stood open, windows shattered. No bodies, just absence. On the radio, the mayor urged calm, asked for patience, promised answers. Emily packed their bags. "They cannot stay," she told Mark over the phone. "He is everywhere now." As they prepared to leave, Lily stopped suddenly. "He is not everywhere," she said. "He is only where people remember." Emily froze. That was it, the answer they had been circling for years. The boy existed only in shared memory. Emily made a decision that terrified her more than the entity ever had. They would not run, they would erase. Emily contacted the local news station anonymously. She fed them a story, a convincing one, a hoax explained by manipulated images and a troubled teenager seeking attention. It spread fast. People wanted relief. They accepted the lie eagerly. Within hours, social media turned cruel, dismissive. The sightings stopped. The whispers died. That night, Lily slept peacefully. Emily felt hope for the first time in years. At midnight, a faint voice echoed in the house. "You are teaching them to forget me again." Emily answered softly, "Yes." The presence trembled. "You will forget too." Emily smiled sadly. "I already am." The house fell silent, but Emily knew forgetting had a cost, and one day the memory would return. It always did. For a while, forgetting worked. The town moved on with an eagerness that felt almost desperate. New decorations replaced broken windows. Missing child posters were quietly removed. Teachers avoided the topic. Parents told themselves that fear had exaggerated everything. Life resumed its rhythm and people clung to it with relief. Emily watched all of this from a distance. She and Lily stayed indoors for weeks after Christmas. Mark returned on weekends until work finally allowed him to move back permanently. Their house felt quieter than it ever had before. Not peaceful, empty. Lily stopped talking about the boy. That silence frightened Emily more than any scream. Spring came, snow melted, trees bloomed. The town laughed again. Emily began to hope that the forgetting had buried him for good. Then Lily brought home a school project. It was an assignment for history class. Interview a family member about a childhood tradition. Emily read the prompt twice. Traditions. That night, Lily asked casually, "Mom, what was Christmas like when you were a kid?" Emily froze. She chose her words carefully. "It was nice," she said. "Simple." Lily nodded thoughtfully. "Did we always take pictures?" Emily's heart skipped. "Why do you ask?" "Some kids said their families never did." Lily replied, "I thought that was strange." Emily forced a smile. "Some families do, some do not." Lily accepted the answer, but Emily saw the curiosity settle behind her eyes like a seed. Over the next few weeks, small things returned. A reflection lingering too long in a store window. A child laughing where no one stood. Emily caught Mark staring into space more often. "Do you ever feel like you forgot something important?" he asked one night. Emily shook her head too quickly. "No." In May, a new family moved into town. They had a young son. Emily saw him one afternoon playing alone in the yard, staring intently at the house across the street. Emily felt her stomach twist. That evening, Lily spoke again. "He is not gone," she said quietly. Emily closed her eyes. "He says forgetting makes him lonely." Emily sat beside her daughter. "What else does he say?" "That he does not want to be alone this time." Emily felt the old fear returning. The boy had learned patience. Without memory to anchor him, he drifted, attaching himself to gaps in attention, moments of curiosity. He was weaker, but not gone. Emily began keeping a journal, not of events, but of absences, things left unsaid, moments deliberately ignored. She realized forgetting required constant work. On the first warm night of summer, Emily heard a camera shutter outside. She froze. She looked through the window. Across the street, the new family stood in front of their house, smiling. A camera flash lit the dusk, and in that instant, Emily saw it. A pale shape standing just outside the frame, waiting to be remembered. The boy across the street was named Caleb. Emily learned this from Anna, who still called every Sunday as if distance could be bridged by routine. Caleb was 6 years old, quiet, polite, the kind of child adults described as well-behaved when they could not quite explain why he unsettled them. Emily noticed him watching the Walker house more often as summer faded into fall. He stood at the edge of his yard, hands at his sides, eyes fixed on the windows as if memorizing them. When Emily waved, he did not wave back. He only smiled faintly and turned away. Lily noticed him too. "He looks lonely," she said one afternoon. Emily's heart tightened. Lonely children had always been the beginning. School started again. Decorations appeared in stores. The world leaned toward winter without asking permission. Emily became vigilant. She avoided neighbors. She discouraged conversation. She kept Lily close and gently steered her away from anything that resembled tradition. No decorations, no photos, no rituals. It worked until October. One evening, Lily came home unsettled. "Caleb asked me something strange," she said. Emily kept her voice calm. "What did he ask?" "He asked if we celebrate Christmas Eve." Emily felt a familiar chill. "What did you say?" "That we do not really," Lily replied. "That it is just another night." Lily studied her mother's face. "Was that wrong?" Emily forced a smile. "No, sweetheart." But that night Emily dreamed again. She stood in a room that was not hers. The walls were bare, except for a single photograph nailed to the center. In it, a group of children stood together smiling. At the edge of the frame, a familiar pale figure watched. When Emily woke, she knew the cycle was restarting. The next week, Caleb's parents invited the neighborhood to a small holiday gathering. Not Christmas, they insisted, just a winter party. Emily declined. So did several others. Fear moved quietly now, passing from person to person without words. On Halloween, children trick-or-treated in uneasy clusters. Caleb stood on his porch dressed as nothing at all, just watching. That night, Lily whispered, "He is talking to Caleb." Emily closed her eyes. What does he say? That it is almost time again. The weeks crawled toward December. Emily noticed new changes. Caleb's reflection appeared in windows where he was not present. Lily reported hearing a second set of footsteps following her at school. Emily felt the familiar tightening of the world narrowing toward a single date. On December 1st, Emily found a drawing taped to their mailbox. It showed two houses. Between them stood a child. Emily did not burn this one. She folded it carefully and locked it away. That night, Emily sat with Lily. "Listen to me carefully," she said. "If he tries to make you remember, you must not." Lily nodded solemnly. "What if he talks to Caleb?" Lily asked. Emily swallowed. "Then we make sure no one listens." Christmas decorations appeared anyway. Lights flickered on houses despite fear. Memory was persistent. Emily watched Caleb family hang a wreath on their door. The boy stood beside them smiling. At night, Emily heard laughter drifting across the street. A child voice layered beneath it, clear, close, waiting. By mid-December, the town looked festive again. Lights blinked from rooftops. Wreaths appeared on doors. Music played softly from passing cars. It felt deliberate, as if the town itself were daring something to return. Emily felt the pressure building. Caleb family decorated more than anyone else. Inflatable figures filled their yard, glowing late into the night. A Christmas tree stood clearly visible through their front window, tall and bright. Lily avoided looking in that direction. He spends a lot of time there now, Lily said one evening. He likes how much they remember. Emily understood. Memory fed him. Ritual strengthened him. Caleb House had become fertile ground. Emily considered leaving again. Running had always been her instinct, but she knew now that distance meant nothing. The boy moved through attention, not space. On December 15th, Caleb's parents knocked on the door. They held a small envelope. "We are doing family photos on Christmas Eve," Caleb's mother said, smiling nervously. "A professional photographer, just a few neighbors. We thought maybe you would like to join." Emily felt the room go cold. That night, Lily shook with fear. "If they take pictures, he will step inside," she whispered. He told Caleb that pictures are doors. Emily sat with her daughter long into the night. "We cannot stop them," she said finally, "but we can change what happens." Emily returned to her research. She reread every note, every fragment. One pattern stood out now clearly. The boy never crossed alone. Someone always invited him. A family, a tradition, a shared moment. Emily realized what she had to do. On the morning of Christmas Eve, she crossed the street. Caleb's mother opened the door, surprised. Emily smiled calmly. "I would like to help you today," she said. Inside, the house smelled of pine and sugar. The photographer was setting up equipment. The living room mirrored the one Emily had fled years ago. History repeating itself. Emily positioned herself carefully during the session, always at the edge, always watching reflections. When the photographer raised the camera, Emily felt the presence surge. The air thickened. Lily, who stood beside her mother, whispered, "He is here." Emily did not look at the lens. She spoke clearly instead. "This moment belongs to you," she said softly. "Only to you." The camera flashed. When the photographer checked the screen, his face tightened. "Something wrong?" Caleb's father asked. The photographer frowned. "I could swear there was someone else in the frame just now." Emily heart pounded. But the image showed only the family. No extra child, no pale figure. The presence recoiled. Emily felt it. A sharp withdrawal. Caleb cried suddenly, clutching his head. The session ended early. That night, Lily slept peacefully. Across the street, the lights in Caleb's house went dark early. Emily allowed herself one breath of relief, but deep down she knew the boy had not been banished, only refused, and refusal made him angry. The retaliation began quietly. That was how it always started. Not with screams or shadows, but with subtle disruptions that made people question their own perception. Emily sensed it the morning after the failed photo session. The air inside the house felt thicker, as if the walls were holding their breath. Lily woke with a headache and refused breakfast. "He is upset," Lily said softly. "He says he does not like being ignored." Emily touched her daughter's forehead. "No fever, no illness, just fear." By noon, the town buzzed with uneasy energy, social media filled with posts that contradicted one another. Some claimed strange reflections had appeared in windows overnight. Others said their cameras malfunctioned, refusing to save images. A few insisted their old photo albums had changed. Emily read every message without commenting. Attention fed him. By late afternoon, Caleb's mother called. "Something is wrong with the pictures," she said, her voice shaking. "The ones from yesterday, they keep changing." Emily closed her eyes. "Do not look at them," she said carefully. There was silence on the line. "I already did," Caleb's mother whispered. "He is in all of them now." That night, the snow returned thick and heavy, muffling the town. Emily turned off every light in the house and sat with Lily in silence. They listened to distant sirens echo and fade. At 11:48, Lily stiffened. "He is angry now," she said. "He says if he cannot be invited, he will make himself seen." The walls creaked. From the hallway came the sound of soft feet running back and forth. Emily did not move. A knock echoed from the front door. Then another. Then many. Emily pulled Lily close. Voices whispered outside, overlapping, too many to count. "Remember me. Remember us." Emily pressed her eyes shut. She thought of emptiness, of blank pages, of erased faces. The knocking stopped. Silence fell. When Emily dared to look outside, the street was empty. But the next morning brought worse news. 3 adults were missing. Not children. Adults who had shared the altered photos online. Emily understood the escalation. He no longer needed innocence. He needed witnesses. That afternoon, Emily and Lily walked to the edge of town where an old community center stood abandoned. It had once hosted Christmas events decades ago before falling into disuse. "This place remembers him," Lily said. Emily nodded. They entered the dark building, dust rising with every step. Old decorations still hung, faded and broken. In the center hall, Emily found a mural, painted children holding hands around a tree. One face had been scratched out repeatedly. Emily felt cold certainty. This was where it began. That night, Emily returned alone. She lit no lights. She stood beneath the mural and spoke aloud. "You were never forgotten," she said. "You were never alone." The air shifted. A small voice replied, brittle and close. "Then why did no one keep me?" Emily swallowed. "Because keeping you costs everything." The presence screamed, not in rage, but in grief. The mural cracked. Paint peeled. The building groaned. Emily ran. When dawn came, the town was quiet. The missing adults returned confused, unharmed. Photos reverted to normal. Lily slept deeply. Emily knew the truth. Grief had weakened him, but grief never vanished. It waited. After the night at the community hall, the town settled into an uneasy calm. People spoke carefully, choosing their words as if language itself might betray them. Christmas decorations remained, but fewer lights were turned on. Music played softly, then was switched off again. Everyone felt it. Something had been disturbed and then pushed back into silence. Emily began to dream of the past she had never lived. She saw the town decades earlier when streets were narrower and houses closer together. Snow fell the same way it always had. In her dreams, the community hall was new, its walls bright and clean. Children rehearsed Christmas songs, their voices echoing with excitement. Among them was a boy no one seemed to notice. He stood at the edge of every scene, watching, waiting. Emily woke each time with the same certainty. These were not dreams. They were memories without an owner. Lily felt it too. He is showing me things, she said one morning. Things from before. Emily sat beside her daughter. What kind of things? A long time ago, people wanted him, Lily replied. Then they stopped. Emily returned to the archives for the final time. This time she searched birth records, death certificates, church notes. Names blurred together until one entry stopped her heart. December 24th, 1942. Stillborn male. No name recorded. Mother age 17. The record ended there. Emily felt sick. A child born on Christmas Eve. Never named, never photographed, never claimed. She found more notes after that. A fire at the community hall years later. Murals repainted. Records lost. Stories shortened. The town had erased him, because remembering him meant remembering shame, grief, and loss. He had never lived, but he had never been allowed to disappear either. That night, Lily spoke softly. He says he was almost real. Emily nodded. He says when people imagined him smiling, singing, standing with their families, it made him warm. Emily closed her eyes. The boy had been built from what never happened. Every Christmas Eve tradition, every photo, every remembered child. Emily understood the terrible balance. To remember him fully would give him life. To forget him completely would leave him screaming in the dark. Neither choice was innocent. On December 24th, Emily and Lily returned to the community hall together. Snow covered the ground untouched. They stood beneath the damaged mural. Emily spoke clearly. "You were never meant to be carried by this town," she said. "You were meant to be carried by one person." The air shifted gently. The boy voice sounded close but calmer than before. "Who?" Emily swallowed. "Me." She remembered then everything she had chosen to forget. Her own childhood, a miscarriage her mother never spoke of, a Christmas Eve that ended in silence. Emily felt the connection snap into place. "I will remember you," she said, "but only me." The presence trembled, no one else. The air warmed. The mural faded until the scratched outlines softened and disappeared. When they left the hall, snow began to fall heavier, erasing their footprints. That night, Lily slept without dreams. Emily sat awake holding the memory alone. She knew what she had taken on, and she knew the cost. As long as she remembered him, he would not need anyone else. But if she ever forgot, he would return. Emily learned quickly that memory is not a single thing. It is a landscape that shifts when you walk across it too often. In the weeks after her promise, the town returned to normal with startling speed. Decorations came down, snow melted, Conversations drifted back to safe subjects. The story ended because no one needed it anymore. Emily needed it. She carried the memory like a stone in her chest. Some days it felt light, almost manageable. Other days it pressed so hard she could barely breathe. She remembered the boy not as a face, but as a presence, a weight of unfinished warmth. When she focused too closely, details threatened to sharpen, and she pulled back, afraid of giving him shape again. Lily noticed the change. "You look tired all the time," Lily said gently. Emily smiled. "I am just thinking too much." That was true and not true at the same time. Emily began to forget small things, names of neighbors, where she placed her keys, the tune of songs she used to hum without thinking. At first she blamed stress, then she realized the pattern. Every time her own memories thinned, the boy felt closer. She would wake at night, sensing someone standing just beyond the edge of thought, not in the room, not in reflection, but inside the space where memory forms. If she reached for him, he receded. If she ignored him, he pressed closer. The balance was changing. Emily returned to the community hall alone one afternoon. The mural wall was bare now, repainted a dull neutral color. No trace of the scratched outline remained. Yet Emily felt watched all the same. "You are safe here," she whispered to the empty room. "I remember." The air warmed slightly, but remembering had a cost. Emily began keeping lists, not journals. Lists were safer. Names, dates, fragments she could review each morning to anchor herself. Lily watched with concern but said nothing. One evening, Emily forgot to pick Lily up from school. It had never happened before. Emily arrived 20 minutes late, breathless and shaking. Lily waited alone on the steps, eyes searching the street. "I knew you would come," Lily said quietly. That night, Emily cried in the bathroom with the door locked. The boy was not asking for more. He was taking what he needed to stay contained. As summer returned, Emily's memories slipped further. Childhood events faded, faces blurred. The miscarriage she had recalled now felt distant, as if belonging to someone else. Emily realized the truth she had avoided. No one could hold a memory forever without becoming part of it. On the first warm night of June, Emily heard a whisper, not with her ears, but with her thoughts. "You are getting tired." Emily nodded. "I am. If you rest, I will keep myself." Emily closed her eyes. "No," she said softly, "you will not." She understood then the final shape of the bargain. She could not remember him, but she could choose to forget herself. Emily began to let go deliberately, not all at once. Carefully, she released memories that were safe to lose. The color of her childhood bedroom, the names of old teachers, streets she no longer walked. The boy quieted. Lily noticed Emily growing distant. "Are you leaving me?" Lily asked one night, voice breaking. Emily held her daughter tightly. "Never," she said. "I am just learning how to stay." On the last night of summer, Emily stood at the window watching the dark. She felt empty and peaceful. For the first time since Christmas Eve, the house felt truly quiet. Somewhere deep within that silence, something slept, waiting for winter. Winter returned quietly. No storms announced it. No dramatic drop in temperature marked its arrival. One morning, Emily woke to frost on the windows and and understood without needing to check the calendar. The season had come back for what it was owed. Emily's memory felt thin now, like fabric worn soft by too many washes. She still knew who she was. She knew Lily. She knew Mark. But the edges of her past had blurred into impressions rather than images. Some days she could not remember what year it was unless she looked at her phone. The boy slept. Emily sensed it, the way one senses a closed door in the dark. Not seen, but present. His silence weighed differently than his attention ever had. It was heavier, deeper. Lily watched her mother carefully. "You forget things," she said one night, not accusing, just observant. Emily smiled. "I remember what matters." That answer seemed to satisfy Lily, though worry lingered in her eyes. As December crept closer, the town prepared again out of habit more than joy. Decorations appeared cautiously, fewer lights, smaller trees. People had learned without realizing how. Emily avoided mirrors now, not because she feared seeing him, but because she sometimes did not recognize herself. Her reflection lagged behind her thoughts, a woman shaped by absence. One afternoon, Lily brought home a camera from school. "They are teaching photography," she explained. Emily's heart stuttered. "It is just landscapes," Lily added quickly. "No people," Emily nodded slowly. That night she dreamed of blank snowfields stretching endlessly. No houses, no children, just quiet. When she woke, she felt rested for the first time in years. Christmas Eve arrived gently. No sirens, no whispers. Emily and Lily sat together in the dark living room as they always did now. No lights, no screens, no rituals. At 11:59, Emily felt the shift. A presence stirred, not strong, not desperate, just curious. A child voice brushed the edge of her thoughts. "Are you still there?" Emily breathed deeply. "Yes," she answered. "Do you remember me?" Emily paused. She searched her mind, found warmth, found sorrow, but no face, no shape. "I remember enough," she said softly. The presence hesitated. "If you forget me completely," Emily closed her eyes, "then you will sleep." A long silence followed. The presence settled. The house exhaled. When midnight passed, nothing happened. Snow fell quietly outside, erasing the street. Lily leaned against her mother. "It is over," she whispered. Emily did not answer. She watched the dark, knowing the truth. It was not over. It was contained. As long as she remained, as long as winter returned, and as long as one woman carried a memory that no longer had a name, Emily began to forget why winter mattered. She still felt its weight when the air sharpened and the days shortened, but the reason behind the vigilance slipped further away each morning. Some truths remained instinctive rather than remembered. She turned off lights at night without knowing why. She avoided photographs without recalling when that habit began. Her body remembered what her mind no longer could. Lily noticed first. "Mom, you used to hate the cold," Lily said one evening. Emily smiled faintly. "Did I?" "You said it made you tired," Lily replied. Emily considered this. The cold did make her tired now, but in a different way. It hollowed her rather than drained her. Winter felt like something she was carrying instead of something happening outside. The boy slept deeper. Emily sensed it in the same dull pressure behind her thoughts. His presence had thinned along with her memories. He no longer brushed the edges of her awareness. He rested somewhere quiet, wrapped in what little remained of him. This should have felt like victory. Instead, it felt like erosion. Emily forgot the name of her childhood street. She forgot the color of her first car. One morning, she forgot how old Lily was and had to check a calendar in the kitchen. Panic flared briefly, then faded, leaving only resolve. She made new lists, not of memories, but of instructions. Turn off lights at night. Avoid mirrors after sunset. No photos on Christmas Eve. Sit in the dark at midnight. These rules felt important, even if she no longer remembered why. Lily found the notebook one afternoon. "What is this?" Lily asked gently. Emily hesitated. "Insurance," she said finally. "Against what?" Emily opened her mouth and nothing came out. That night, Emily dreamed of standing in a white room with no doors. In the center sat a small child curled into himself, humming softly. His face was blurred, his edges indistinct. "Are you cold?" Emily asked. The child looked up. "Are you?" Emily woke crying. She no longer remembered making a promise. She only remembered the weight of keeping it. As the year turned, Emily dependence on Lily grew quietly. Lily reminded her of appointments. Lily cooked more meals. Lily began watching her mother the way a parent watches a child. One afternoon, Lily brought home a photograph. It was from a school project, a group photo taken months earlier. Emily felt her chest tighten. "Do you remember this?" Lily asked. Emily studied the image. Children smiling, teachers standing behind them. No extra figures, no shadows. "I think so," Emily said, uncertain. Lily nodded, relieved. That night, Emily forgot Lily's name for a few terrifying seconds. She said nothing. She sat in the dark, repeating instructions until the panic passed. The boy did not stir. Emily realized the final cruelty of the bargain. To keep him contained, she was becoming someone else entirely. On the first night of snow, Emily stood at the window, watching flakes fall. She felt empty, but the house was quiet. No whispers, no pressure, just silence. Emily rested her forehead against the glass. Somewhere deep beneath her fading thoughts, something slept, held together by rules, written by a woman who could no longer remember why she wrote them. And winter watched patiently. Lily realized the truth on a morning that seemed otherwise ordinary. Snow had fallen overnight, but melted into gray slush by noon. Emily stood in the kitchen, staring at the kettle, as if waiting for it to explain itself. "Mom," Lily said gently, "you already made tea." Emily looked down at the counter, surprised to see 2 cups steaming quietly. "Oh," she said, "I must have forgotten." Lily smiled, but something in her chest tightened. That afternoon, Lily opened the old notebook again, the one filled with rules written in her mother, careful, slanted handwriting. She read them slowly, letting each line settle. Turn off lights at night. Avoid mirrors after sunset. No photos on Christmas Eve. Sit in the dark at midnight. There was no explanation, no context, only urgency pressed into paper. Lily understood then. These were not habits, they were walls. Emily forgot the rules that evening. She turned on the living room lights after sunset, humming softly, unaware. Lily noticed immediately. "Mom, we need to turn those off," Lily said. Emily frowned. Why? Lily hesitated. Because we always do. Emily shrugged and reached for the remote. The pressure returned. Not sudden, not violent, just present. Lily felt it before she saw anything. A tightening of the air, a subtle shift, like a held breath. Emily froze. Do you feel that? She asked. Lily nodded. From the hallway came a soft sound. A footstep. Emily turned slowly. Who is there? She called. Lily's heart raced. Mom, do not look, she whispered. But Emily was already staring. In the dim hallway light, Lily saw it too. A small shape, unclear, unfinished. Standing patiently, the boy did not smile. He looked tired. Emily took a step forward. Do I know you? She asked quietly. The presence leaned closer. Yes, the voice said softly. You promised. Emily's face twisted in confusion. I do not remember. The boy head tilted. Then I am free. The pressure surged. Lily acted. She grabbed the notebook and shouted. No, she said firmly. She remembers enough. The boy turned his attention to Lily. You remember me now. Lily felt cold settle into her bones. I remember what you do, Lily said. I remember what happens when you are seen. The presence flickered. Emily collapsed onto the couch, breathing hard. Lily turned off the lights, plunging the room into darkness. She sat beside her mother, holding her hand. We stay like this, Lily whispered. Just tonight. The boy hovered at the edge of the dark, uncertain. Emily spoke weakly. Who are you? Lily answered for her. You are someone who needs to sleep. The pressure eased, the shape thinned, the hallway emptied. Emily sobbed quietly. Lily held her until midnight passed. When morning came, Emily remembered nothing of the night, but the notebook lay open on the table, and Lily knew the choice was hers now. Lily did not sleep after that night. She lay awake, listening to the house settle and resettle, as if testing its own weight. Emily slept deeply for the first time in months, her breathing slow and even, watching her mother rest. Lily felt a mix of relief and terror. The burden had shifted. Whether she wanted it or not, it was hers now. By morning, Lily understood what the notebook really was. Not a set of rules, a relay. Each instruction existed to guide the next keeper until the previous one could no longer remember why the rules mattered. Lily packed the notebook into her backpack before school, along with a small flashlight and a pair of gloves. Preparation felt necessary, even if she could not fully explain it. At school, Lily watched faces carefully. Teachers, classmates, strangers in the hallway. Anyone who lingered too long on her gaze made her heart race. Attention was dangerous. Curiosity was worse. He stayed quiet. That worried her. The silence followed her home. Emily cooked dinner, humming softly. She seemed lighter, unaware of the invisible exchange that had taken place. Lily helped with dishes, watching reflections in the sink, water ripple and distort. That evening, Lily tested the rules. She turned on a lamp after sunset. Nothing happened. She stood in front of the mirror in the hallway. Her reflection stared back obediently. No pressure, no presence. For a moment, Lily wondered if it was truly over. Then she opened the notebook. The pages felt warmer than paper should. At the bottom of the last page, a new line had appeared. When memory fails, proximity remains. Lily's heart pounded. That night, Lily sat alone in the living room darkness. Emily slept upstairs unaware. Lily watched the minute hand crawl toward midnight. At 11:58, Lily felt it. A faint pull like gravity shifting, not toward her, toward the stairs. He was moving closer to Emily. Lily stood. "You stay with me," she whispered. The pull resisted. A shape formed at the base of the stairs, indistinct but present. "You are not the one," he said. Lily swallowed. "I am now." The presence hesitated. "You do not remember me yet." Lily nodded. "That is why I am stronger." The shape flickered. Lily stepped forward. "I choose to remember you," she said. "Only enough." The air tightened. Images flooded Lily's mind. Snow, a hall, a mural, a boy without a name. She gasped but held on. "Enough," she whispered. The pressure eased. The shape folded inward, shrinking. At midnight, the house fell completely silent. Lily sank to the floor, shaking. When morning came, the notebook lay closed beside her. No new lines appeared. Emily woke refreshed. Lily smiled at her mother and said nothing. She knew what winter would ask of her, and she was ready. For now, Lily learned quickly that remembering was not a single act, but a discipline. It demanded routine focus and restraint in equal measure. In the weeks that followed, she practiced holding the memory lightly, the way one holds a fragile object, without gripping too tightly. Too much attention sharpened him, too little let him drift. Emily noticed the changes in her daughter. "You seem tired," Emily said one morning, watching Lily stir her oatmeal without eating. Lily smiled. "Just school." It was easier to lie than to explain a weight that could not be shared. Lily adjusted the rules in the notebook. She did not copy them exactly. She refined them. Turn off unnecessary lights. Avoid mirrors only when tired. No photos on Christmas Eve unless alone. Sit in the dark at midnight but breathe. These changes mattered. Rigidity invited cracks. Flexibility preserved balance. The boy responded, not with words but with absence. Days passed without pressure. Nights grew quiet. Lily slept better than she had in months. She still sensed him, but farther away, as if wrapped in cotton and sleep. Winter moved on. By February, snow receded. By March, the town thawed, and conversation returned to ordinary concerns. Emily recovered pieces of herself. She laughed more. She forgot the notebook entirely. Lily did not remind her. That spring, Lily received a college acceptance letter. She read it twice, then folded it carefully and placed it under her pillow. Leaving frightened her. Distance had never been a solution, but responsibility could not be postponed forever. That night, Lily dreamed. She stood in a long hallway lined with photographs. Each frame showed a different family on Christmas Eve. In every image, the boy stood near the edge, smaller than before, fading toward transparency. "Do they remember you?" Lily asked. The boy shook his head. "Only you." Lily woke with resolve. She would not pass the burden by accident. She began writing letters to herself. Instructions, not rules. Reminders, not commands. cleansed. Remember why the dark matters. Remember to forget the face. Remember to rest. In early December, Lily returned home from school to find the front door open. Emily stood in the living room holding an old photo album. Lily's heart raced. "Where did you find that?" Lily asked carefully. Emily looked confused. "In the closet, I think. I do not know why I kept it." Lily approached slowly. "Do you want to look at it together?" Lily asked. Emily nodded. They sat. Lily guided her mother through the pages, stopping before Christmas Eve photos. "Those are old," Lily said gently. "They make me sad." Emily closed the album without question. That night, Lily felt the boy stir. "You protected her," he said quietly. Lily nodded. "That is the job. What happens when you leave?" he asked. Lily did not answer. Christmas approached again. Lily stayed home from college plans. On Christmas Eve, she sat alone in the dark while Emily slept. At 11:59, the boy presence rose faint but steady. "Are you tired?" he asked. Lily smiled sadly. "Yes." "Then it is almost time." Lily closed her eyes and held the memory just enough. When midnight passed, the house remained silent, but Lily understood the truth. This could not last forever. Soon she would have to choose. Not tonight, but soon. Lily understood the truth on the final Christmas Eve. There was no ending that erased what had been created. There were only endings that chose where the weight would rest. She sat alone in the dark living room, listening to the quiet house breathe around her. Emily slept upstairs peacefully, unaware of the long road that had led them here. Snow fell outside slow and steady, erasing the street in layers of white. Lily felt older than her years and strangely calm. Fear had burned itself out, leaving clarity in its place. At 11:50, she opened the notebook for the last time. The pages were nearly blank now. Only a few lines remained legible, written in different hands across decades. "Remember enough. Forget the face. Do not pass the burden unknowingly." Lily closed the notebook and set it aside. She did not need it anymore. At 11:58, the presence stirred. Not sharp, not desperate, just awake. "Are you ready?" the boy asked softly. Lily nodded. "Yes." He did not step into the room. He did not smile. He waited. Lily spoke carefully. "You were born from what never happened," she said. "From grief tradition and imagining a place where you could stand." The presence listened. "You do not need to stand anymore," Lily continued. "You do not need to be seen." Silence stretched. "Then what am I?" Lily swallowed. "You are allowed to rest." The house felt warmer. The pressure lifted. Lily felt the memory settle not into her mind, but into something deeper, quieter. She stood and walked to the front door. Snow coated the porch untouched. Lily opened the door and stepped outside barefoot, feeling the cold ground beneath her feet. She spoke into the night. "I remember you, and I let you go." The presence moved through her gently like a breath released. The snow began to fall harder, erasing her footprints as quickly as they formed. Inside the house, the lights flickered once, and then steadied. At midnight, nothing happened. No whispers, no shadows, no weight. Lily returned inside, closed the door, and leaned against it, breathing deeply. In the morning, Emily woke smiling. She felt rested. The house felt empty in a good way. Later that day, Lily packed her bags. College waited. The world waited. Emily hugged her tightly. "Be careful. Emily said without knowing why. Lily smiled. I will. That night, Emily found the notebook on the table. She flipped through the blank pages confused. Why did we keep this? She wondered. Lily did not answer. Years later, another family would move into the town. They would decorate their house. They would take photographs, but in none of them would a child appear. Because sometimes the cycle does end, not with forgetting, but with release. And every Christmas Eve, the snow still falls, covering what once needed to be remembered. The story ends here. Thank you for watching and listening to the whole story. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to listen to the next stories.